Let's start off with this one. And I know this is really top of mind for a lot of folks that we talk to who are in the network and security teams. Uh, I'll throw in can you yet automatically resolve incidents with AI?
Okay, John, that's an excellent question. Thank you. Um, so the reason so that's a really interesting space. It's something where we've had a little look at it. We've actually de-emphasized that a little bit. And the specific reason is, across my organization, obviously in previous lives, we've worked with solutions that have had this automated remediation features, so they can go and take an action and into some inputs and go and solve that incident. It's something that's driven a lot of early interest. When it gets into actual implementation, historically, there's been a big resistance to driving that. A lot of people ultimately want to end up with the human in the loop.
Right.
So, in terms of our perspective, things like, can I go page a group of people? Can I go and create tickets? All of those things, I think that's fantastic. I think in terms of making actual changes to production infrastructure, we'll probably get there one day. It would be a lovely world. There's just really a little bit of nervousness around doing that today.
Well, it's a nervousness born of typically long histories of disappointment. So I totally get it. The don't press the button, give me the button to press approach is a well tried and trusted approach to getting people to the confidence level they need.
Yes.
Um, and then at some point they want it built in so far that they don't even know that a button ever existed and got pressed. They want it to be like in their SD-WAN when it just flips over to a different line because the primary was going wonky, and then flips back automatically when it comes back, and they never knew. They want that eventually, but we're in the big gray zone right now, and it's going to go on for a
Eventually,
while.
yeah. And just to extend on that, something that the we kind of want to get to, and I think would be interesting, is the don't push the button, give me the button. What's critical there is, I think, is then kind of measuring that and understanding the success rate of that button. And if it is successful, then okay, why do I need the human if this is doing the right thing all the time on 99% of the time?
Right. If I never don't press the button, do I really need the button anymore? When
Exactly.
do you get to that level of confidence? It's important. And do you collect stats like that automatically in the platform?
So we're not doing that quite yet. So that's something that we want to get to. But yeah, so we're really focused on, can we get the information in front of the right users to go figure out the problem? I think the next step is then, okay, can we figure out the actions to take, and let's measure that.
So I have spent a long time over the years talking to folks about MTTR and how to reduce it. What has been the impact of the Observe AI agent on MTTR in the organizations where you've had it deployed?
Yeah, it's super interesting. And it's a little bit it's night and day on a case by case basis. So what we're finding, and some of this is still fairly early stuff, but what we're finding is there's situations where it drives MTTR down to minutes.
Mhm.
So it gets very close to, I get the right information in front of people, they figure out what's going on, they can go and take the remediation action. Obviously, in those instances, we don't know what would have happened without it, but typically we're sort of seeing 60 to 120 minutes to go and solve those things. So that's it. Where it's being used, it's coming down, and it continues to kind of drop down from that sort of 60 to 120 minutes on average situation, getting to below that 60 minutes, and now kind of into the 30-minute range.
That's impressive. Let me ask a follow on my own behalf. The other half of MTTR is incident count because your time to respond is only half of the equation. The other half is what am I multiplying that by to see how much time I've been down over the course of the year. So, are there ways in which the agent is helping folks reduce the number of incidents they have to deal with?
Um, so slightly different answer to that question. One of the key things we do see is a reduction in incident severity.
Okay, that's good too.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of situations where, and if we think about incident severity, typically we measure that by time and number of impacted users. So it really comes down to MTTR, where using these technologies, organizations, they've been able to go and resolve incidents much faster than they have before.
Hmm.
And so now that stays, and critically, especially kind of in the banking industry, it's those customers, they are reporting less incidents to FINRA and to the regulators because they stay below that reporting threshold.
Nice. That's a very useful kind of a reduction. Well, Tom, thank you. Thank you for joining us today.